It's the final few seconds before the lights go out and the race to the podium begins. You know this battle will be won off the track as well as on it. You've studied your tactics, anticipated every move like a grandmaster. You've researched and analysed, modified and fine-tuned to perfection. You have honed your instincts to give you an edge over your rivals. Your drivers focused, your team ready. The championship in the balance. First past the checkered flag, the goal. Epic victory or ultimate failure. There is only a heartbeat between them. MotorSport Manager. Take control.
Right, welcome back to Snail Pace Racing. We are on the second race at Doha. As you know, this season's a funny season. We run two in each country, one after another. About a few days apart on each one. As you can see, this is the fourth race of the season. At the moment, we are doing rather nicely. No good looking at fit parts, but we will do. You can see just about everything is now fully reliable. There's no parts we can change or improve on. It's spec, it's fixed. So without further ado, we will go in and have a look at what Doha is gonna be. It's gonna be dry. What more can you say? So we'll go straight into qualifying into practice. We'll fast forward, qualify and just simulate that, and then we'll go to the race. Now I do the race first in these series, so if you just want to watch the race, and you can watch the race, and when we finish that, you could cut the video there, give me a like if you want, and then just wait for the next episode of the following week. I had thought about doing some of the races in between off screen, but no, I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to do every race on screen and we can see how we get on. For qualifying, I just want you to, because I'm going to get rid of the reserve driver end of the season when their contract runs out. We will just run two main drivers. Both Anthony will go. I'm still wondering about Gomez, and we will take promotion if we get it. Let's go to the car setup. Let's see what we've got here. This is Doha Track C. I don't know I've got a Track C in here. I haven't bothered to have for every combination of tracks anything, but oh yes we have. We can get that close enough like this. No tyre choice yet. Go on to the harder tyres. As you know, my system is to run as few pit stops as I can manage. So we try to do one less than the opposition where possible. My favourite will be if they all go out on softs, come in at the first change, and change back on the softs, on another set of softs again. I will keep it on mediums and hopefully get away with one stop. Right, we'll take practice. We do need to see how this thing is set up. I'll change it to race trim. That's ready to see. He's ready to go. What about her? They're going to go out together because they both have to change with the race trim. We'll turn up to ×4. Can't remember which way around this thing goes. Oh, it's the right way. And we just wait for them to both come out. Focus on the first one, and just one flying lap, see how it goes, and then come in and if it's fine, let them go out for a full stint of 12 laps. And if it isn't fine, then we'll just fiddle with it. Well, he's happy enough with the aero anyway, so he must like his chocolate bars. That aero was a regular chocolate bar, so rather a stupid thing to say, but alright, now this is a long way out now. I'm going to go this way and take it closer to the middle. Take it back there. about there. I'm going to leave those two alone for the moment, and we'll see what this does to it. It's going to go out for one run. Now this isn't too bad. If that's 97 or better, I'm going to leave well alone. Now it's only 93. But it should be fast on this circuit, I would have thought. Try that, and we'll just speed him up this way a bit. I'll take that back. I'll try that, see what that does. If it's the wrong way, it doesn't really matter, because we can soon put it right again. We run ×4. I'm not too worried. Even if we don't set a time in practice, it doesn't really matter. Just let her go. As soon as she gets out there, we'll click on to come in. All these going out there and trying to set fast times doesn't matter. Qualifying doesn't really matter. The races are long enough. We can make up most of that anyway. As you see, we're now dropping well down, and we've gone the wrong way on there. Well, that tells us one thing. We might go that way, but we also might go this way. We want to take some off the and if we've gone that way, hopefully those would be right. So we'll send them out for one more lap. Oh, well, faith. We have faith in faith, 99%. It is possible to get 100, but it's not worth the effort. I've had 100 a few times, but mainly by accident. And I'll send her out for a full stint of the laps, and she can set a few times and get used to it. Whereas Gilman, who on paper is the better driver, but not shown in the championship at the moment. Real fun starts if we go up and we get a second driver. Do we count them one as number one, one as number two, or equal drivers? It's actually easy, I find, to do a definite number one and number two, but you have to guess which is going to be the better driver. And she's off now on a flying lap, and he's in, and that looks better. It looks a lot better. 97. Right, so we went that way a bit. We might just take another smidge in that. Did they both go the same way? No, I didn't. They went opposite way. So what I'm going to do is just going to do that. Just titillate it up a bit, and I think that'll do. So we send Gilman's out for his 12 laps, or as many laps as you can get in, only 12. It's only 7 minutes left of the session. We'll never be able to practice qualifying. It's more trying to get maximum knowledge on tyres and race. That's one thing you don't want to spend too much time having to mess about, because you're slowing down and speeding up doesn't help much. You're slowing down lap and you're speeding up lap. In other words, you're in and out. Don't help much with your timing. Alright, this looks better. What's it doing? No, they will be near the back, because I'm not pushing them on tyres, or pushing the tyres as normal. We haven't even got them up to full temperature, and I doubt we will. Fuel usage is normal. They're not pushing the engine at all. Oh well, she's actually moved off the bottom. Gilmas hasn't. Well, what we do is 1 minute to go, I'll just push the tyres up to full, just to see if they can set any better time. It will tell me as soon as we hit the 1 minute mark. She's still 20th, probably will get passed by someone else. And Gomez is coming around, he's not going to improve either now. Right, 1 minute to go. And we'll put one on engine just to give him 1 lap or half a lap. In Anthony's case, he's only going to get benefit half a lap at this sort of speed. Just see if he can just improve any. And now he might, because he got a biggest part of a lap in pushing it a bit, and he's one of the last to come in. And here he comes. Oh yes, up to 13th. Makes no odds, so we've now got to worry about qualifying. Just take it to a maximum fast forward to get off the rest of this. I'm not worried about what they say about us. As I say, on this, even with, was it 22 cars on the grid, even if you qualify the last 2 places, you can pick up the time. The races are long enough. I wouldn't want to try and do with this. With a short race, but the longer races always time right that I do. That doesn't help at all, but you have to put something in there. If you've got anything what to go, it has to go in there. I'm going to leave. Oh, he's gone back down again, so what we will do now is do that. If you went back down that way, no, wrong way. Should improve a bit going that way. It's a stupid thing to do, but we're gonna try. We're experimenting with it. Simulate the session 40 times. It should be used. It won't take long to do this. You can do this by hand, but I find it not very satisfactory. Oh well, 3rd and 6th. After qualifying, I don't think we can complain about that. Now, it will want us to put softs on, but I'm not going to. The strategy we are using here has worked very well so far this season, so we're going to stick with it. Hard as tar as possible. I'm not worried what any of these say. They seem both quite happy. But the message is fun to read the first couple of 3 times, but once you read about 10 times, they lose a little bit. But this is a bit I enjoyed, the actual race. So we only got level 2 on everything, which is a bit of a shame. We didn't quite manage. We're not going to worry about engine expert because we have only a limited amount of fuel we can use. We can't refuel. So it's a waste of time going for higher engine part. Oh, that's better. Yeah, we're going to leave that well alone there now. I was at 44 laps now. They should, in theory, that is damn close to getting a full race at our set tires. We can't quite do it. We will have to come in right close to the end on Gomez to pit. Now, she won't manage quite as well. She's a bit harder on the tyres. No reason for getting rid of her. She's a little bit heavy-footed. Driver strategy, right. Attack at the start. And high engine mode. Not maximum engine mode. Kills the engine fairly quickly, even with the fully reliable. And you use so much juice, we have to make the most of what we got. Well, watch Gomez, which we are, and we're away. Got a reasonable start. I expect both to drop back a bit in this first session. We just want to try and hold somewhere near the front. We can hold in the sort of the top 10, both in the top 10. I'm more than happy, and Gomez is doing far better than I expected. He's now dropping back. We've got to keep an eye on both the tyre wear or tyre heating and the fuel we're using, and they're both dropping back. Or Gomez has dropped back anyway. Anthony's made up the place. And just wait until we get almost into the red section, then we just knock back the tyre heating. We could improve the tyre heating when we build a new car, but never found this held me up too much. Not have it now. I'm going to go to about 50 or half a lap full deficit before I knock them back to normal engine use. Just keep them pushing at the start. And we seem to be okay on tyres. Temperatures is quite high, it's 28 degrees C. Don't ask me what it is in Fahrenheit. Although I was brought up on the Fahrenheit scale, I cannot remember most of it now. And we will just knock the tyres back very slightly. If not, we'll be knocking the tyres out before. I know the leaders are getting away, but I'm not worried about that. It's not a big issue at the moment. The only one what is an issue is Cohen, who is also on mediums, who's away from us by about two seconds. Now he's the only real problem. The others are going to be pitting fairly soon, and we are going to as long as we can on these tyres. Gomez won't quite make it, which is a pity. I have on the MotoGP managed to go full one of the early season races, full race distance on one set of tyres, which is actually quite realistic for bikes, but it's, I know the author of that mod was saying it's hard to actually alter how the tyres go. I think he also wanted to do it so you might have to just change once, but some of them you haven't changed 2 or 3 times. Well, then again, the game wasn't made for motorbikes, so let's carry on with this race. We're now 6 laps in. We're now in the ease stage where we're just gonna keep going round steady. And I noticed what other team that was. I don't know if it tells me in here. No, it doesn't. Oh yes, US Racing are doing rather well, first and second. Must be something about Green. And Anthony's, she's dropped out of the top 10. Now I'm just looking at that tyre heat. I might knock that back one more yet, just to bring it down. As I keep saying, I'm not worried about where we are at half distance, as long as we're not last by a long margin. We're still within striking distance of the top 5, and I think we will be. Gilmas is near the Holland station, the 7th place, which is Morin Hop, or however you pronounce it. He's closing on us. 36 laps remaining, and no knock back there. So just bring it up to normal running on the tyres and see if we can just hold station now. And then we are dropping back from Cohen. Now he's the only one I'm really worried about there, because he's going to have a very similar strategy to us. I think unless they come out again on softs, I think if they come out on mediums now, they're going to go the distance with 1 stop, which is not ideal for me. Yeah, we know you're behind someone, Faith, but overtake them. Let's see what she's up to. See what her problem is. Yeah, but you're not close to the pass anyway. I know if you're playing it really hardcore, you'll be playing normal speed, and every time you come up to trying to pass someone, you up your engine mode. That's where one thing I'd love to see on this game is the option to only play 1 car in a team. especially for endurance racing. It's a real headache trying to keep up with 2 cars and 3 drivers per car and try and get the best out of them. While I can't, make no bones about it. Go on, Gomez, go on, get back. Don't want to drop Lawrence. Now we should soon be having the first set of pit stops. I'm going to just stop his tyres again, just get him a little bit closer to the red zone. Yeah, so what have you been behind him for 2 laps, Faith? Just pass him. Mind, I think those behind Gomez have been fed up. He seemed to be causing a bit of a traffic jam. And oh yes, whatever happened there, he suddenly got a gap. Doesn't look like anybody's pitted. No, it looks like there must have been a coming together, but not bad enough to cause an actual crash. Just knock it back again. And we're soon about to start playing with the engine management again, because we'll soon be in profit on the fuel. My perfect way on this is to have them set so in the race you have to make 1 fuel stop. I like that mode best, because you have to vote for it if it comes up in the GMA things. Then the first pit stop's taking place, and we've got past 1, 2. You know, Gomez has moved up the place, and we had our first few pit stops. Hogger didn't lose a lot, but he did come out again on softs, which is it. Only done 15 laps on the first set of softs. He's not going to make it without another stop, which is good news. And more pit stops lower down the order now. The top 3 are going to. We should make 2nd place anyway for Gomez. I'm just going to knock back the tyres again because they're heating again. And she's still complaining. Gone another lap. Must be the next lap. They must be pitting into someone else has come in. Hasn't helped Anthony at all. She'll be the first of 2 to have to pit, and she's now 51 or 50% tyre wear. I say this time the 3rd place car is going to come into pit and possibly the 1st place. No, he's going. Oh, Schumacher's top, but it's only been 38. If he comes back on mediums, he'll make it, but if he comes back on softs, they won't. And we couldn't quite get past the 3rd place, but it did come into pit. We're a bit too far behind now. Now Anthony has now moved up into the top 10. And we just up the tyres again. 26 laps left. Schumacher was pitted, he's coming out on medium, so he will make it through to the end. Hogger's but only one of the top runners who will have to pit again. Not Gomez can make it close to the end before he's got a pit, but I will pit him sooner rather than later, and we'll probably bring him out on a set of softs. And there goes the Cohen. And not Cohen, Zendel, sorry. Zendel has also gone medium, so we're not going to catch the best position I think we honestly hope for. This is probably where we are now, 5th. Anthony should move up, should gain another place, should get 8th for the way things are standing, which will be a good result again. I'm going to just push the tyres a little bit more because they're losing temperature now. I like to keep them just under that red. Right or wrong, that's where I prefer to keep them. I feel then I've got the most stickiness, if not the best wear. The best wear is probably halfway down, but that's already, good on tyres. I don't think that matters so much right now. Not a both back one. Well, she's soon going to have to come in. She's 36% tyre left. We can now pit her any time, bring her back out on another set of mediums. In fact, we will have a look at her now. Well, she's not gonna gain much by staying out much longer. I think we'll give her another lap. She's not going to do enough laps about coming out on a set of softs anyway. So she might as well keep going. So I think next lap we'll pit her. We'll let her go the lap she's on now and another lap, then pit. And I think she will actually, she'll be telling me then she needs a pit stop. Right, she's through there, so we'll put her down to pit. Another set of mediums. Park condition. It's fine. Can't change the pit strategy. I'm not going to go too fast because it really is a nightmare if you go too fast, because the chances of her messing up are great. And we'll follow her through for a pit stop. And they'll tell me that the tyres are worn. I'm going to let Gilmas run on a couple of laps after we get the tyre wear indication from the driver. Going to try and see if we can get through on a set of softs for the sit bar, and she's in. Well, looks a good stop, second best stop. And she's come out with 14th, but I don't think we can complain about that one. Although she could lose 14th. Not too many left now who haven't pitted. Cohen, ourselves, Doohan, and a whole load down there, but they're going to be pitting this coming lap. I think there'll only be 3 of us left after this lap, and that's helped Faith. She's moved back up to 10th. And there's still 3 more here, aren't there? And we can go another couple of laps yet before we've got to pit. We'll play 3. And we're now in positive for fuel, so I'm going to let it get to about 0.2 of a lap, then just up the engine mode for a couple of laps. Gilmas, I might save. Yes, and we know that I'm worn tyres, so I'm going to let it go down about 24-25%. And it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of us still to pit for the first time, and Hogger's getting close to pitting for the second time, as is Monhop. Anders is another. All those who started on softs and went out and changed to softs are suffering now. Another one pitted. Another place for Anthony. He's 27% now. Yeah, I am going to get a knock her tyre usage down. I'm going to push up her fuel usage. I'm saving Gilmas until he comes out from his pit stop and try and push it one reasonably quick lap. I think he can most probably do another full lap. Yeah, we'll let him do this and one more lap. At the moment he's not been caught. "15 laps left." He should about do, that'll be 14 laps, should about do that with a set of softs on, so I'm going to get him in for pit Yes. Oh, his front wing's looking a bit iffy. He's not quite so good on hitting us now. Focus now. I'm gonna wait until he almost gets round, and I'm gonna push his fuel usage up 1 point. Don't want that shown, and I think I'm gonna knock her down another 1. And I'll take her off the higher fuel usage. Where is he? He's up there. Hop him up. There we go. Second best pit stop. We're in 5th. Well, that is fine, because that should be the end of the pit stops for him. Fine, we don't mess up. One thing you cannot legislate for is an accident. Any driver can crash at any time. The better they are, the less likely they are to crash, but they can still crash. Right? Now, Coleman has still got. He's 20 seconds ahead of us. We're not going to catch him. 22 seconds ahead of us. No, we're not going to catch him. I'm hoping with these slightly better tyres we might just about chip away at Esner. Just gonna up her fuel a bit and bring them both down to about 0. Then save some fuel for the last couple of laps if necessary. Gomez is actually catching. Pulled up about 2 seconds, I believe. But I don't think it's going to be enough. Right. Knock the fuel off again. Yeah, we're under 10 seconds behind now and still catching slowly. Oh, it's Cohen, because Cohen has pitted, that's why. Yeah. I think 5th and 8th is the best we can hope for. But this will go with all good results we had so far. We do better when the weather's changed. With 10 laps to go. Yeah, we're gonna do fine. Just mustn't crash now. Although both were being caught by the car behind, but not anymore. Anthony has been caught a little bit, but she keeps putting a little bit of a spurt and getting ahead and holding station really. Oh, we got down to 8 seconds to kill, and I don't think we're going to catch him all. Now we will have to knock back his tyre usage, Gomez. Just going to the red. I'm just going to knock that back a bit. I'm not. Secret is to try and use as little tyre as possible and just get the temperature as close to dead right as you can. Right. Knock that tyre back and increase his again. I beg your pardon. I don't think any of those in front of us are going to pit, even if they do. But we could be close enough to 3rd to pass, but I don't think it's going to happen. Although we are catching those ahead of us quite quickly now. We're 6 seconds behind. That might just be okay. So use a bit of the fuel up. I'll use it up on both of them. I find it easier. I keep them both roughly the same strategy. There's less for me to think about. There's about 5 seconds, 6 laps to go. Need to pick up second a lap. Don't think it's going to happen. Although he's 4.5 seconds, 4.3, he is definitely catching Cohen. But we're just about out of extra juice. And I dare not let it run too long because they're too easy to forget about it. 3.8. We'll just let it go for a couple of laps and have another burst, 1 or 2 laps, either the last lap or the penultimate lap. He's still catching. Has Cohen got a problem? I asked myself. Let's have a look. No, everything seems fine. Can't see what the fuel is, of course, but and well, we've got a problem. We've got our front wings begin to break up. That happens. The last 2 things are the wings to get fully reliable. No. 3.2, 3.3, and now he's stopped catching now. Coleman is pulling the wire going. We haven't got enough spare juice yet to go for it. Still up here is pit, but behind both of us it didn't really matter. No, it's not going to matter, so we're 2 laps left. Give them another little push. I'm going to leave the tyres where they are. Push both off. Another little push, just see if we can get close enough. So we haven't got enough oomph to go past at the moment. Get it under a second and knock back to full saving again. Final lap. And I think the trouble was going was I've got to save both fuel and tyre. Tyre's getting hot. Now we're not going to catch. Should have saved a little bit more fuel for this end bit. But 5th and 8th will do fine for this race. I don't think anybody can really complain about that. A lot of bit of food will. But you'll see how well we're doing. He's only just happy, and she is very unhappy with the result. And Schumacher wins. Oh, his tyres were fairly well down. A pity that wasn't a lap or 2 less in that race, because we could have went on Gilmas with no pit stops at all. We'll just wait for it to finish saving, and I'm not going to worry about the tyres used. We know this bit is going to be, no one's going to break any rules here, and no one's had any nasties out on the track. And see where we are now. 1st and 2nd, and Gomez is catching Anthony. And we are 43 points in front, so that's this one done. I want to see Snail Pace racing at the top too. Something about the name Snail Pace Racing. Yeah, it has a beautiful ring to it. Yes, well, poor misguided fool. Alright, let's see what we've got going on here. Should have no sponsorship renewals. We should make enough, over £1 million on that race with our sponsorship deals. I don't think anybody's going to improve anything. Doesn't look like it. She's actually, her morale's gone down because she didn't as what she thought she should. She's not happy with Oh, they're very happy with me, and marketability's gone up a bit. But at 34, she's not going to improve. At least that's what Johnny Vee's told me, and I have no reason to doubt at all. So we will have to look for another driver. We haven't got enough money yet to upgrade our headquarters anymore, but we will be. Most of the money this year, any extra money we've got, is going into that. I don't want to see any of those. There's no useful information on the screen. There's a lot of useful information, but you can pick it up whenever you want. So, and I think actually this is one of the better laid out management games too. You can find everything quite quickly. See what the mail is. Condition update. Not worried about that. Not. Oh, cut shall we? Yeah, just for the hell of it. I'm going to say that upgrade the headquarters, because that is what we need. A pit crew, no mistakes, and a record for the pit stops, and you know what that is. So we have a look at the pit crew, see what they're on, take off auto management. And we just see if we've got anybody else really. Oh, well, we've got to have this one. We have to have this. Look at that. Oh, well, we don't want that one. That's only 70s. I'm using the Johnny Vee system, and low it's 18 there. Only 76. And then this one, I don't think it's good enough, but we'll take this one on. 17. And it's gone up to 18 in the time it took for that now. Let's just see who's liable to make a mistake. Well, this here, that's 20, oh, 1919. Put that in there. 2017. Well, what's the next weakest one? So we change that, or we might lose. No, we haven't lost any time there. 0.6 is a bit close, but we bring this one in bit quicker and slightly better for the mistake chance. I tend to go on that rather than anything else. Let's just check the game. No, that's a waste of time, that one. This one here may not stay. This is really just if we get one of them really weak. I'm going to stamina. Yeah, I'm just going to go with that one for now. Hope he doesn't make a mistake in the next race. Put back on auto management. Finances are fine. Sponsorship. Now we've got 3 races before we have to do any more. We go back to here and wait for them to say they've got the cars repaired okay. Yeah. And I want to have a look too to see what we've got in the way of good drivers to keep an eye on. 5 days after the event before that's ready. We can't improve it anymore. We've got this is a waste of time. Let's just check the reliability. 19 reliability. What it's done, of course, is brought her up to try and get her reliability up a bit and improve her general standard. They all improve when they're working. There's 2 weeks for the scope, and let's just have a look and see what we've got away of. Decent drivers were found. Now, there's some very young drivers here. Don't think I want those. I'll go 16, 20 minutes. No one else here. I've got a whole lot there to check. There's no good bringing anybody else in to check at the moment. A hell of a lot there. The ones we have checked. If anybody there. This looks very, very handy. It's not bad figures either. Yeah, right. It's only temporary. Won't be there for next season. But he's young, 17. I think we'll keep an eye on that one. We will keep that one in mind. I don't think I want anybody under 16. There's a lot of 13-year-olds I know. I think they had to come in later. Anyway, let's get on and have a look. At 9 days through to our next race, so that's a 7 important comment there. There's a report on the next race here. Rio. So, chance of rain, 35% chance of rain. Might help us. What's he on about? Oh. Oh, it's okay. He's just happy. He's just crawling at the end of the month, I think. Oh no, it's a race event. This is the Formula E and Formula E. And you see there that's where we're heading for. There's Jaguar racing. Doing so well. And they've got financial management concern. Look, it's getting better. Don't you just love a chairman who panics? And we're now going to travel to Rio on the next one. So we will just travel there. We have a quick look to see how the headquarters is going. 6 days, we'll get the scouting facility before the next meeting. Staff centre week after the next meeting, I think. I forecast a couple of weeks after that. Then the factory will go up. And I think by that time we should have enough to be able to put in some new buildings, and some which will help. What I need is something. It's the smoothness one. I think it's handled. I'm not certain. It's not telling us what we want there. They're not telling. One of these here helps smoothness, and the smoothness means you can go further on the tyres. I will just take it through to that next bit. And I think we'll just. This is the next race. We will take a picture of this. This will do. And I want to say thank you very much for watching. If you like what you saw, please consider leaving a like. If not a subscriber, how about subscribing? Any comments, questions, queries, suggestions, feel free to post them. I read every one. I try and answer everyone. I also try and take note when something serious comes up. Sorry, Stuart. Normally doesn't mean I take too much note of what you write. But then again, now and again, you come up with something very handy. Alright, and with that is me, I'm saying cheerio for now. Cheerio.